We are continuing with CSS selectors. We saw attribute selector like this also, input type text or input type button or input name, as we saw name, uh, like name or first name. Input type text name should not be same name inside a class, uh, inside a file. So name, first name like that, so that we can select a name, input a name for a selection of first name, and we can apply some changes to that uh, element like this. We are selecting that element and we can change anything like display. We'll learn display block, margin extra later. Here I can just give the width as 120. So here in our output attribute selectors, we already covered this section in previous class. So here the name equal to name. This class changed its has to change its width. Input name equal to name. Caps lock, capital, small letter difference is there. We should take care of these things also. So it's a width has changed to 120 px. 220 px. So we can select attributes like this too. Now we can go to next one more type of selections. Few more type of selections are like we can we already saw in our basic class. Like there are few symbol selectors, element selectors, class selectors, and ID selectors, grouped selectors. And other than that, we can select like this too. We have a P and we have a class called a test. There are a lot of P's or lot of tests. There are lot of P or lot of test classes inside our page, then we can select a particular P or with the class test like this. So I am changing it to it's a border also. Border, once again I will tell what is border. Border will come like a width to px solid or dotted or anything with some color. So for the test p test I think. Oh, there is a p test. P class test. P dot test means uh, p element with the class test. So when we are taking this dot test. CSS test, sorry, basic.html. We got a border like this. So other than this, we can start with the next type of selectors uh, called combinators. Here, combinators. Here, this is another type of selections in which we can give some symbols for selecting some things. Like first one, I will tell this one is space. I have some elements like a P div. Inside that div there are some P. Then before outer of that div there are some P. So I am selecting in such a way that div space V. That means it selects all P descendants of the element div. So what will be the output? It should select the all descendants like descendant p's like this p paragraph 2 then paragraph 3 despite whether it is inside another um, element or not or so even though it will select. So every residence, if there is one more element inside this, then that will also, this that will not count. Complete residence will select. So space means residence selector. So for that, I'll take combinators. That is another term in CSS, combinators. So it selected the children of that div, all children, all residents of that div. Then after that, there are another type of selection. I am commenting this, direct children or children selection. That will select only children of a div P, children P of div. That means not the direct children, only the direct children. The children inside another children will not select. So this P will not select, only the children of this direct div of P's of children of this div. So the output will be like this. Only these two. The third one didn't select. Then next one is for in combinators, is I am commenting this, all sibling selectors. Now we are going to the siblings, not children. The children section completed with the space and this greater than symbol. Then tilde symbol represents sibling. Sibling means two type of siblings are there, plus symbol also there. The tilde symbol telling like all siblings. All siblings. Siblings means with the same origin. This div, it is selecting P siblings of this div. So div with the P. So these two siblings will select. The output will be these two P siblings. And next one, there is another one more selection of sibling like plus symbol. With that, it will select only the immediate children of a class, like of a div, like div or P, or any elements. Immediate children, immediate sibling means this one. So only it will select the paragraph 4, this one. So this is all about combinators, and after this we can go to some others, one another selector called pseudo class selectors. Pseudo class selectors. There are some built-in pseudo classes like hover or focus. Two normal simple pseudo classes. We will see them first. You're taking that pseudo.html. Here, the pseudo class, as I said, hover, that is a built-in pseudo class, and also focus. So hover can apply to any element like div or input elements. If we have a div like this, div, I am going to hover means mouse over. So if I am hover over this, it will change its color and width. Let us check pseudo. I'm hovering over this div. It is changed its color. It is changing its color and the width we cannot see. No need for giving this. I can change its font size to 30 px. Font size changed. And also it can apply to the input elements like this, or in any way we can select input element like this, or we can select with the ID also, any input element, ID or class or anything. So if I am giving a class for this input element, input class, never be that input, that is a keyword. So input class. So I am taking like I is, was that ID? class. So I can select like this too. Dot input class hover. So when I am hovering over this, its width change it to 50%, 50 1 px, 50 px. I'm changing this to, I think 1 px is almost 150 px is almost like this. So we can change a little more to understand. 550 px. So if I'm hovering over the top one, its color and width changed, height changed, and for this input element, its width changed to 550 px. So hover, we learned hover. We can use hover anywhere in any elements. And other than that, next one is another one is focus. Same way we can change the things like this for focus. I'm changing the color to green, applying on any P element. But then we will see the, is there any P inside or no? We have to give a paragraph also. We will do programs connecting to this, but we have to cover all the basics in using CSS or jQuery or everything. If we are understanding the complete basic, we will cover all area, then we will get more confidence. Just watch this video and just note down things, that will be more better. So here, FP focus. So the focus means when we are clicking pointer or mouse over this. One thing is that this focus here is a pseudo class, but won't apply to normal simple tags like div p or so. It will apply to only input elements like this. So please note that focus won't apply to this type of tags like symbol tags, p, span, div, such type, h1, h2, such type of the symbol tags. Focus won't work. Focus will work only with the this input tags. So take this. If I am focusing on the input tag, it will work definitely. That color change it to green, and previously we were hover also there. We can comment that hover. That's why the width change it, but the color also change it to green. Always I am giving HTML comment to CSS. So if I am changing the font size, also changed. So here, and I'm the font size also changed to 30 px. That's why it became so big, and with the color blue. So focus will work only on input tags. These are the main two simple pseudo classes available in CSS. Then after that, there are one type of pseudo classes very important: anchor tag. Pseudo classes on anchor tags. Anchor tag means ALA, and we have a lot of pseudo classes like link, visited, hover, focus, active. Focus will apply on anchor tag also, not uh, not to the other symbol tags. It will apply on anchor tags and input tags too, and active. Mainly this will use normally all most of the time this type of tags and selectors, anchor tag pseudo classes will useful in menu selection or drop down selections or top bar menus also, in which we can make some things as link with some different color. We can give the visited link a different another color, and we can, when we are hovering over anything, we can give some other color or some style like for that. And if we focus over anything, we can change its color when we are just clicking, or that if one is, if we selected a menu item and if we are working on that page, we can make that page active. So for this, we can use this type of pseudo classes in anchor tags. Very useful in so many menus from beginning time also. Also, we used a lot of for last 10 or 20, 12 years. Most of the menus are using this type of anchor tags, like pseudo classes. So here there is an order for this also. Please note this order. For working correctly, correct working of this anchor tag, sorry, the pseudo classes, we should give the order like this. First, the link with its class definition, then visited in our CSS class page itself or in the CSS style itself. Then visited, then we can give focus over in either way. First hover, then focus, no issue. Both of them, then active. Please note this. This is a small thing we have to keep in mind when we are giving these pseudo classes of anchor tags. Let us see, for example, if pseudo class like this pseudo.html. Here, one important thing, I gave two anchor tags like this, Google and Facebook. But one issue with this that I clicked on this Google and Facebook so that these two became visited. Now I cannot change back to the link color green because I have completed the visiting and this will work always. And if I'm hovering over this, the yellow color came. And if I'm focusing, hover and focus, both of them has yellow color. And I can give that one black also. Then focus and hover, focus, focus. We cannot, yeah. Sometimes that focus worked, yeah, this one. But one more selection was there called active. That active will come work when we are clicking on this. I clicked and staying on this. Then that active cyan is working, and after that focus black is working. It's okay then for making the things active we can give that focus to also the same way, focus and active. Mm, so this will take the focus and cyan color and focus too. It will definitely go to that page after clicking on the active. So this is the visited link. If I'm giving a link which is not visited for the first time, another one, then I can go. I have to give a different link like Amazon.in also. Amazon.in. I haven't visited that Amazon or anything. This will apply to our projects or our websites in which we can, if we are giving the menu links, we can apply these styles. So here it worked for that link. That link didn't visited will have a green color, and after visiting it will change to orange for all the time. So if I'm hovering over this, it is changing to hover will change to yellow. Then on clicking it, it will change to active. Then focus. Then it will go to that page. Then after that, if I'm coming back to the page, then it will still always remain in orange because it is visited there. Visited orange. So this is all about the pseudo classes in CSS. Then let us go to next section. Display float, padding and margin. Then one main important thing, padding. I will show one more another thing here. A box model in CSS. Okay. Pseudo elements and after that CSS colors we already learned, borders, fonts we already learned, and after height width we already learned. Box model. There is a box model for everything inside a CSS. Every element, HTML element, we can divide into a box like this. The content means the thing which we are giving, any image or any text we are giving. And there will be definitely a margin over that content. We will give margin, or if there is no margin we are giving, then even though there will be a fixed set of margin for that, there will be an automatic margin will come for every content. Then after that there will be the inner one called padding, and the outer one on the outer section of that page, may be body or any other element, the outer section of that full section, that is called margin. Margin is the outer section, and padding is the section inside the border, near to the content. So let us see some extra things with this. The padding and margin we can change with the values. For example, I am having a div. There are two divs. This is a div. The content is like this, and we are taking the page. Padding, margin. These are I just gave three divs like this, and also we are giving that one border background color something to for identification. Then I'm giving some width also, width or height. Width thus we can give 130 px. No need for giving width right now. I'll just tell how we can show the padding and margin. This is a normal div, and what I'm just commenting. We can select one at a time. I'm just commenting this. We can take the first div with background. This is a div with the content, and as we saw there is a border. We can give either border or not no issue, but automatically there will be a border uh, for every element. Inside that there can be padding, and outside that there will be margin. I will show first a margin. If I am giving a margin, margin can give many values. We can give margin top, margin bottom, all the four-sided bottom, left to right. Or we can give simple margin like this too, so that it will apply to every element. If I am giving margin to 300 px, it will apply to four sides. So it will be like this. The margin changed its position to 300 px left, 300 px top, 300 px right, and 300 px bottom. So the entire margin is like this. It will apply to the outer next the immediate parent element. So margin, or if I am giving the margin top, I can specifically give like this. Margin top. So margin top applied. Bottom we cannot say because there can come a lot of other elements. But for top and left and right, then the initial state came. So for this we can apply margin like this. And few more things like we can apply many ways. Margin in many ways, either top or bottom, or if we are giving a single value, it will apply to four side. If we are giving two value, 20 px, 300 px, it will apply like this. I'll just comment it. Uh, Top, bottom first. Then next one will apply to left, right. The two values. We are giving only two values. Then the first one is applying to 20, and bottom also will be 20, and the left will be 300 and right is to 300. So this way. Then now I can say like next one. If I am giving one more value like in 400 px, now it is three value. Then it will apply like top, one value, left right next value, and I will just give like this: top one value, then left right this value, left right this value, then the third value will be applying to the right. So like this. So if I have to comment this for making that work, otherwise everything will work. So for these three values, let us see: 400 to top, then 20 to left right, and 300 to bottom. And one more way we can apply the four values differently also, that we can understand that four value will apply like first one will be, the order will be in clockwise. Four values. You can try and try this like a top, right, bottom, left. Four values will apply like this, like margin. One more value. If I am giving one more value, I will show that the bottom value, or I can change top. Top will be 40 px if I am giving. Top right is 200 px if I am giving. Anyway, 300 px top right. Then bottom, I am giving a 500 px, and right I am giving a 500 px. The output will be left, top 40 px, right, right, top right, clockwise, top right 300 px, bottom 500 px, left 400 px, 500 px itself, like this. So this is the way we are applying the value only for margin. Same thing is applicable for padding also. Padding will be using for the space inside the, I will show in the padding is space inside the border, like this. If I am giving a padding, it will look like this. I'm going to comment this, otherwise big values will come. Padding also I am going to give the same value, then it will look like, we can give small values: 40 px, 30 px, 50 px, and 50 px, like this. So this is the padding. We removed margin so that it came to the top end, or top left or right end, like this. There is no padding. Here we can add some more elements, but as there is no element here, it is looking like this. Otherwise we can add near to this if we are applying new elements. If you are giving new elements like this, it will come very near to that, because there is no margin. It will come near to that. So this div applied to every elements. So padding applied to every elements, like this. Top 40, right 30, uh, bottom left. Top, right, bottom left. The right will look like this because there is no other elements in the right section. Top, right, bottom. That depends on the next element also. Always we cannot say this type of things. This thing also. If we are not adding anything here, then this will look like this. Then because this condition of assigned to margin also. If we are giving some margin previously in the right section, then it will not go like that. Margin, right. There are few things like that too. There is a merging of few other things also. We cannot say with only with these things. So right, if I am giving a 400 px, it will come to the The right side will come like this. We are giving little more. That will apply. That will have more precedence than the padding. So okay. Anyway, padding and margin we can apply depending on these other things also. So these are the things like a padding, margin. We can apply this way. Margin and padding also we can have padding left, right, top, bottom also. Same way clockwise direction. Top, right, bottom, left. So this is all about a box model in CSS and applying padding and margin with the a content. Then after this we have few more things like a display and float. We can continue. We can cover that section also in this class, and after this we can go to next section. So for display we can take a display or float. Now display, very important thing, display. mm, Here so I'm taking that same as our previous padding class. Few divs are there. Display, I'm giving few divs like this. With the padding width, so that it will look like a width is there and a padding and px. Anyway, we can give like this and background color. The display property is like, I will just show that there is a good property called display. Always using everywhere. Display block is there. There are few elements like display block. Please write down block one element. I will write here just. I'll just it as its syntax. One block. Second one inline. Then third one block inline. This is very useful when we are using image gallery or so. Block hyphen inline. Then one more thing is none. Very useful. Here, first of all, block is used by default. Always it will be block. Default one will be block. If you are giving display, or if you are not even if you are not giving this display, the display block will take. That is why it is showing like this, display block. This one block means one element, then after that next element, after that next element, below that bottom of one and each. So this one display block. Then if I am taking this display inline, it will look like this. It will work like a span, like this like this one. So this is very useful in showing something in order, like in table manner or in image gallery also. This is very useful block inline. We can give some margin also for making this things little more beautiful, like this margin 10 px or so, for making this display correctly, little more beautiful, like this. So we saw display inline. Then one more type of display is like block inline. So inline block or block inline. We can just drop for that display. Inline block. It will look almost same as that, but this is also good for giving good design. Inline block. Then one more thing is like none, very useful. We have, we can give none for making this div completely hidden, or making this we cannot see anything. Now we can give this for any one div inside this. For that we can apply call this like one among them, like this one, an ID, uh, uh, none div or so, any name we can give. I am just giving us special. So for this special I am applying this div. We can give like div hash special. For that I am giving display none. So the second one will get hide. For the first one I am giving inline. Inline or anything. And remove this margin just for see one thing. So display. Padding was this. Even though if I am not applying any padding, inline block will have some default padding in between, but inline will not take that such a way. That is difference between inline block and inline. It will look like this. So inline and inline block. Inline block will give us a good section with it will accept the width and it will apply on this, but inline will not accept the width property. That is another important difference. So that inline we cannot use for showing elements in a image gallery also. For that it is better to use inline block. It will take otherwise the inline will not take the width property of an element. Okay. So display none worked correctly because one element is hidden now. Only three div were there, only two divs are now seeing. This special got hidden. So this is the so this is all about display property. Please watch this carefully and please try this yourself. So we will have to go to the next sections after completing this class.